Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Diana, and in today's video I am sharing 5 life-changing lessons that I learned while paying off $28,000 worth of debt. Let's dive right in because this journey has taught me so much, and it's not just about money but also about life. Just to let you guys know exactly how much debt I had and how much I've paid off. If you haven't watched my other videos, I'll quickly go into my debt journey. So I started out with $70,530.91. My consumer debt at the time of starting this journey, it was higher, but I had paid it down before, or a little bit before I started documenting it, was $22,346.04. And then I had a family debt. I'd owe my dad about $1,000. Again, it was more, but at the time, this is when I started documenting it. And then student loan, again, it was higher, but at the time I started documenting this journey was $47,184.87. So yeah, grand total of $70,530.91. Then, as of October, I've paid off my consumer debt, my family debt, and all I have left owing is my student loans, which is sitting at $41,784.12. So a grand total of me paying off $28,746.79 worth of debt. And a little side note as to why I've not been aggressively paying down my student loan debt is I don't pay any interest on it. It's 0% interest for my federal part of the loan and 0% interest for my provincial part of the loan. When you work out the numbers, it doesn't make sense for me to be dumping any extra money than the minimum payment because the return on my investment, I'm not paying anything extra, so why would I give the government more money? I'm paying it off slowly. If that were to change, then of course my plan will change, but as of this moment, I pay the minimum amount and then I just invest anything extra towards my TFSA, RRSP, FHSA, all these Canadian bank accounts. I obviously have quite a high number under my belt of debt that I've paid off. So yeah, I thought it would be a pretty good time to just share all the things that I've learned paying this massive amount of debt off. So first lesson I learned was discipline. Paying off this debt isn't a race, it's been a marathon. And as someone who is impulsive, likes things to be done immediately, this was a tough pill to swallow. But creating and sticking a budget month after month really taught me habits that will last me a lifetime. Even when it's tough, discipline makes the difference. Your motivation might not always be there, but if you're showing up, this can go towards anything in life, any goal that you're trying to achieve. Motivation comes and goes. That's what I've learned the hard way is I always thought I had to do something when I had the motivation, but really the progress, the change is always when you show up, whether you want to or not. And of course, I gotta give a shout out to my budgeting app that has helped me stay consistent and disciplined, which is You Need a Budget. I talk about it all the time. I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail about it. If you want to watch my other videos, you can, or do a Google search. But using that app and also setting automatic payments definitely took a lot of mental pressure off of me and kept me on track. Prioritization changes your mindset. When you start to think about paying off a large amount of debt, it really forces you to reevaluate your priorities. Suddenly things that I used to think were important, like getting a new phone or always having my hair done, this and that, didn't seem so necessary because my hunger and my goal and everything was focused on paying off that debt and nothing could stop me. This is where, I started to focus on the long-term goals, not only financially, but where I wanted to be in life and how to get there. And paying off my debt was one of those steps. So focusing on your long-term goals rather than short-term. The next step would be saying no to instant gratification. As someone with ADHD, I talk about this a lot. Instant gratification is like my bestie. So this one was hard, and learning to say no to things definitely put me out of my comfort zone, not only financially, but personally in my personal life, relationships, learning to prioritize this particular goal in front of everything really, I would say, changed me as a person. So learning to say things no in the moment was obviously tough, but saying no today or in that moment was a way of saying yes to my future or to my goal. It didn't mean delaying gratification or not letting me enjoy life. It just means choosing to spend in ways that align with your life or the life that you want and your goals. It's something I've still struggled to this day, but just being aware of it is the first step to improving yourself. I'm filming this currently during the time of Prime Day, and I'm being bombarded with all these emails about buying stuff. And I did make a purchase that I had the money for because I planned it out. But there was a moment, and there still will be moments as the sales go on, where I want to impulsively buy. So I like to put stuff in my cart as if I'm going to buy it, but then actually going through the process of hitting checkout, something about it just makes me stop and think a little bit more about my goals and where I want to be and what I need to save for. And then I stop and switch gears. I do something else, like physically putting my phone away or down, even just for a couple of seconds. And that really deters me from going back on the app and then purchasing the stuff. Next tip is financial knowledge is empowering. The way I got to paying off my debt was a lot of on and off. I would pay down some of it and then it would creep back up. And I just did this whole yo-yo debt paying off that wasn't getting me anywhere. Increasing my knowledge about finances is definitely something that you need to look into. And then of course the outcome is that I learned a lot about finances, and it's piqued a completely different interest in me that I didn't realize I had. I really realized how powerful financial literacy is. So learning to budget, understanding interests, the different type of bank accounts that can work for you. Even just learning basic investing really helped me feel more control of my money. A lot of the times when you're in debt, you're feeling out of control, but taking the time to learn about money, even if it makes you feel really uncomfortable, that is when you are growing, you are learning, you are changing. And it wasn't just about paying off debt, it was about learning about how my money works and how to make it work for me instead of against me. I was, and I still am, setting myself up for success in the future in terms of my financial situation. If you're new to learning about financial literacy, I'll leave a list down below of some of the podcasts that I like to listen to, girls I like to follow on Instagram, but really you gotta do the research. Someone else can't do it for you because you're gonna have to find someone that you click with and that you aspire to be. And finally, one of the most important lessons I learned is it's not all doom and gloom. You can live your life the way that you want and still pay off debt. You don't have to give up living it, doing the things that you love. And it's all about how you want to attack this debt, whether it be aggressively or you are understanding yourself a little bit more and you know that restricting yourself isn't going to work out in the long term. It does for some. It might be a better solution if it's a smaller debt, but if you have a huge amount of debt, to successfully pay it off and not get into further debt would be to go the long game. Yes, you might pay more interest on certain things, but isn't that better than completely giving up and going on a spending spree and basically ruining everything that you've done up until that point? So it's all about knowing who you are as a person and what type of person you are and how to stick to a goal long term. I was able to plan and to treat myself all throughout my debt journey. I got my nails done, I got my hair done, I did stuff that I knew wouldn't make me feel like crap and let me enjoy the money that I worked so hard to earn while also paying off debt. Your life doesn't have to be completely on hold while you pay off your finances. In the thick of things, it will. It did for me, obviously, ups and downs. It's not like I was this complete positive person throughout my whole journey. I did definitely have meltdowns, and there were some paychecks, a lot of paychecks, where I had to feel like I couldn't spend it on whatever I wanted. But this is where You Need a Budget really helped me with creating sinking funds and just making it so easy to assign a job to every dollar that I have. And then going back to tip number one, just having that discipline to keep going and not just give in and spend all my money. So those are the 5 lessons I've learned of my debt journey. It obviously wasn't easy. You can go ahead and watch me complain and cry and be upset about things. But each of these lessons have in turn made me a better person and obviously manage my finances a lot better. It changed how I think about life and money. I'll leave that there. If you enjoyed the video, you're welcome. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, do whatever you want. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.